Kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Jack, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness is really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Miggy for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered a leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty. You already know what it is. It's Friday. Happy Friday! And subscribe if you haven't yet. Listen, this is the Friday Kickback, man. We just chilling. We're going to get into some topics today. My son wanted to stop by and say what's up to you guys. He got his FAMU shades on, got his Jackson State shirt on.
He is repping everybody in the building. Lord have mercy. The boy got the headset on backwards. Yes, you do. You did. All right, there you go. Much better. All right, so my daughter was supposed to be here, but she's taking forever, so she's going to miss her opportunity. She's going to be upset, but that's what parenting is all about. Anything you want to say to the people before you got to get up out of here?
Subscribe if you haven't yet, and make sure you always watch and subscribe. That's how you know when we upload no new videos.
All right, hey, who's your favorite school?
FAMU.
He's a FAMU. He's a rattler through and through. I'm telling you, everything this boy does, he talks about FAMU. But all right, man, listen, that's your time, man. Appreciate you. Tell the people bye.
Bye. Oh, and one more thing. On my DS, my Football Heroes Turbo. My
Speak like a big boy.
And my football name is FAMU. Okay, that's all I say.
All right, peace out. All right, close my door on the way out. All right, listen. That is what it is. That's my son Shy doing what he does. Listen, when I tell you the kid loves FAMU, he absolutely loves FAMU. Every time he brings him up, he's like, "Oh, Dad, I want to go to FAMU. When are we going back to FAMU?" So he listen. FAMU probably got him one. FAMU probably got him one. I'm being dead serious. He probably got him one. He could probably sign him up right now. He would happily attend FAMU University. But listen, we stay repping everywhere we go. Somebody stopped me today at Costco. She's like, "Did you go to Grambling?" I was like, "Nah, I just cover HBC." She's like, I'm from the area. That's my school. The Heaux and all that. So we stay repping. Listen, you see, my boy got a Jack State shirt on. My daughter, she probably have some HBCU stuff. We always repping everywhere we go. So that is what it is. Today is the Friday kickback. All right. We chilling. Probably ain't gonna be too long of a show. That's why I have my kids. We out here vibing. It ain't gonna be too much. Ain't gonna be nothing too serious. You know what I'm saying? The last couple shows has been pretty serious, but this one's gonna be funny, laissez-faire, whatever. Listen, if you got any questions, anything football related or whatever that you just want to know, just want to ask, you can call in or you can put it in the chat. Hey, moderators, please, if somebody puts a question in the chat, please let me know. Just so, because I'll be doing two things at once. My multitasking is a little off. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think my son's a sports guy. Like, he likes sports, he does, but I think he's more of a brainiac, right? He loves technology, he loves electronics. So I could see him being coding, technology app or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. I never live vicariously through any of my kids. All right. Listen. The only thing I say is no cheerleading. It's the only thing I don't agree with. Okay. I don't care. Cheerleading is not a sport. Everything else, you can do whatever you want. All right. You can do whatever you want. All right. So that's just me. Hey, listen, listen, Kevin, let me tell you something. I'm looking at it like this. You know what I'm saying? Black people, and black people some black people put their kids into stuff that they want to see them do. Me, I'm trying to be like Yellowstone, okay? If you ever seen Yellowstone, I want my son to be cybersecurity, so none of you busters can log into my stuff. I want my daughter to become a lawyer so she can protect all my assets, right? So I don't gotta pay no lawyer fees. And then my youngest one, I think she's gonna be the athlete. I think she likes basketball, so like she always plays with a basketball. So I think she might be my athlete. And then when I have kids with Key, I want them to listen. I'm trying to establish. What's wrong with white people do it all the time? Oh, my dad's a lawyer. He has his own law office, so I'm gonna become a lawyer. Listen, I'm building the entertainment empire. Okay, I'm doing entertainment. Okay, if my daughter, if I'm being honest, if I'm being really real with y'all, I think my son would be in operations and my daughter would actually take my spot. I think she would supersede my spot and be like the face of Off Script, right? I do believe in that. But if she not, that's cool. But this is a family company. Okay? This is a family company. Key and HR, training, like we got it all. We keeping this sucker in the family. Okay, in the family. So I don't care if you pick up a basketball or not. Can you benefit the business? Okay, which is feeding you all. Okay, can you do that? That's what really counts. Okay, help me help you become a lawyer. Because what's it like? Empire. You know what I'm saying? Like the Empire show. You had the oldest. He was like the business guy. The middle kid that was a little flaky. You know, he was a talented, and the young one wanted to be rap. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it in the family. You know what I'm saying? And Key like Cookie, just running the whole operation. And me, I'm like Lucius. You know what I'm saying? I'm Lucius out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm building these things. So that's how I feel about that. All right. So listen, we got a lot of topics to get into today. Not really a lot of topics. Some topics, you know what I'm saying? But first thing first, I want to let you know, Q&A all throughout the show. All right. All throughout the show, don't matter what subject or topic I'm on. Let me open the call lines up, right? Let me see. Yeah, let me open the call lines up, right? So if you want to call in and ask a question about anything, some of you seen, heard, or just want to know about or get my opinion about, you are more than welcome to do so. All right. You can do that, or you can just put it in the chat. You're like, hey, I don't feel like calling in. Just put it in the chat, and I'll get to it. But Q&A all show. All right. So whatever you want to ask about. Yeah, I know, cause man, I apologize, bro. You know, for one, I be doing these last minute shows anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You are the only participant in the conference. All participants are muted.
I be doing these last minute shows anyway, but that's just how I get down. Hey, so I got some special announcements. Okay, I got some special announcements. That's one reason why I wanted to jump on here. I like to update you all and see what is going on with MUA. Okay, just want to show you guys what is going on with MUA. All right, so first thing first, let me get to this caller. Mr. Sergeant, coming to you. What's up, Mr.
Hey,
Sergeant?
Scotty, real quick question. Based on the fact that you have seen a lot of HBCUs, campuses, you, of course, given us reports on everything that is happening, you know, when it comes to your attention and is worthy to make it to the Off-Skip show. How would you feel about all of your children attending HBCU, sir? That's all I got. I'm out. Take care, brother.
I appreciate the call. Listen, if I'm being honest, I would be very particular on what they attend, but I would like all my kids to go to an HBCU. I would not force them to because, listen, that middle one, Eris, she is her daughter's child. She is her daddy's child. She's like me, right? So she's very headstrong. And you can't tell her no. You cannot tell her what she is going to do. That's just not who she is. That's not who I am, right? So you have to kind of like massage. You got to massage her, you know what I'm saying, into a decision. And I think Key is really good at that. I think Key would be probably the biggest wavering on what she would see. But me personally, I would like for all my kids to go to an HBCU. And the reason I say that is because of the community. Yes, I make fun about a lot of things, but one thing that is undeniable, you can't describe it, is the community and the family basis of what it is and what I've seen and what I get a feeling for when I see HBCU graduates. And it doesn't even matter if they're from your same school. It's like a gang. You know what I'm saying? It's like an initiation gang to where you went to an HBCU, I went to an HBCU. Word up. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like one of those. And there's no comparison that to a PWI. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could have all the amenities that you want, but if you don't feel like they want you, and you don't feel as though they care about you and care about how you are and what you're going to become, then I don't think you should be there. That's just me personally. It doesn't matter if it's Harvard, Yale, Cornell, Duke, North Carolina. If they don't care about you, I don't think you should be there. That's just my personal opinion on that. All right. 1292 coming to you.
Hey, what's up, Scotty?
What's up?
I asked Mr. Levette I had to call you from another line because I'm watching the show and trying to do it on another phone. So, nevertheless.
Oh, no problem. Thank you so much for the call.
I got two questions for you, man.
Talk to me.
First question, I was watching some shows. You were talking about values this week. Didn't get a chance to call in, but I put it in the chat. You didn't answer my question, but now is the perfect time. You said something about leaving the SWAC and the MEAC leaving ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
If they leave ESPN, what's going to happen to the Celebration Bowl, in your opinion, and the MEAC SWAC Challenge? That's my first question.
Okay.
And then the second question is, when are you putting out your travel schedule? Because I think it's time for you to make a trip to North Carolina. And I think it'd be a perfect time on September the 9th when A&T plays North Carolina Central in Greensboro.
Listen, that is game. That's going to be probably game number one for me. I'm either going to go to the OBC but the Aggie Eagle Classic is going to be on this year's schedule. I promise you that. Okay, I can promise you that, unless something vicariously happens, and she'll be my wife by then. But my wife says, baby, I think that's a little too far. But the Aggie Eagle Classic is definitely gonna be on that game, so I'll catch you there. But I think contractually, I think that they're still going to be good to play those games, because those games are individual contracts outside of the deal of the ESPN contract, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so I could be wrong on that, but from what my knowledge is of the contract, that does not include the MEAC and SWAC Challenge, right? The MEAC and SWAC Challenge nor the Celebration Bowl, because that's a dual conference-ship, right? So that's like an individual contract. So that's like if you had a company and you wanted to merge on one particular item. You get what I'm saying? Like, you guys are still different entities, but you're going to merge on this one individual topic. So I think it's a separate contract from what they do TV wise. So I don't think that's going to go away. But I do believe how ESPN could flip that is say, hey, you didn't want to do this with us, so we're not going to renew that with you. You get what I'm saying? So I think there could be a leverage. Right. Yeah, I do believe there could be a leverage.
Right, and that's my concern. Like, if the MEAC and SWAC was to leave, do they say, okay, y'all left, we appreciate, but now we're going to go pick two other conferences that we already got business with to build them up, so then they can come to a bowl game or a challenge or whatever.
I agree with you. I wouldn't put that past ESPN, because that's if I'm being honest, this is a great business play. You gotta take we have to take the fandom out of it and just say, hey, that's a great business play. Like, hey, you don't want to be with us, but we won't do this for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do that in relationships all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you don't want to do this?
True.
I ain't taking the trash out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do this?
All right, Scotty. Appreciate you, man. Keep doing what you do.
Hey, appreciate it. Always. Thank you for the call. I look at it like this. You listen. You could do that, right? But it becomes it's very fluid. And what I mean by that is, think about it like this. Let's say the SWAC breaks away and the MEAC stays, right? Now, if you're the SWAC and the MEAC, you're looking at each other like distant cousins. Like you were brothers. We was in a tandem, and now you're looking at each other like distant cousins. Because if you're smart, you work together in that situation, because you see the game is fruitful regardless of ESPN is broadcasting it. Let me make that very clear. The game is not great because ESPN broadcasts it. The game is great because the game is good. It's a great game. Top MEAC team, top SWAC team. It's a great game. So if I'm Amazon, if I'm YouTube, if I'm Peacock, if I'm Apple, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If I'm any of those companies, I'm gonna treat you like AT&T or Verizon. Okay, you want to leave AT&T? I'll pay the cancellation fee. I'll pay the cancellation. How many times have you guys switched over to another company and they say, hey, you want to come to us? Oh, we'll pay that. What's your cancellation fee? $300? We'll pay that, right? So it's the same thing for the Celebration Bowl and the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Like, they know the game is fruitful. I don't need them. The game is the game, right? So it's just like, we'll pay the cancellation fee and we'll take over it and we'll call it something else. I'll just treat it like a bowl game, right? Like when the Cheez-It Bowl, then the Cheez-It Bowl might become the Guacamole Bowl. Then the Guacamole Bowl might become the Chick-fil-A Bowl. The game don't change, just the sponsors in it, right? So I don't think it's a problem. I really don't. I think you just keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? So I'm down. Let me see. And when you come to the Aggie, you and whoever you got spots at, come on, mister. That's what we like to hear. Okay? That's what we like to hear. You know, if you listen, you make it a great day for me when you feed my wife. Okay? Anytime if anybody wants to have a great day, like anybody want to get a shout out from Scotty, feed lovely and the most precious woman that I know, Key. If you feed her, it's like feeding me. Okay. And it's going to be a great time for me because what she's not going to allow me to do, she's not going to allow me to get on my channel and say anything slanderish because she's like, oh, you bet not. They fed me. So you're good. As long as you feed her, you're good. Okay. Thank you, Chris. The Cheez-It Bowl literally just became the Pop-Tart Bowl. Okay. If that's true, that's true. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to that. All right. Let's get it going. All right. Q&A all day. Whenever any questions or anything like that. If I missed a question, moderators, please let me know. Are you still excited about Texas Southern and J-State with Sanders? Hell yeah! Did Andrew Buddy? Did he go somewhere? Did Andrew go somewhere? Yeah, I think he's still there. I got his number. I'll text him right now. Right? I'll text that Bama right now. Did you leave? Did you hit the portal? Then the game is still hot. The game is still hot. Okay, it's still hot. All right, listen. Got some announcements.
I'm going back to Cali.
Hey, your boy going back. They keep trying to tell me I ain't media.
I'm going back to Cali.
Hey, SEC, love your boy. SEC Media Part 2. Okay, one more time.
I'm going back to Cali.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, they ain't in Atlanta, they in Nashville. It is in July. You know what I'm saying? So in July is a very, 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 very hectic month for me. I will be getting married in July. That's if you're at home right now, that's where you clap. Okay. That's when you clap. Okay, that's I don't even know what I be throwing up, boy. I'm from the suburbs. Stop playing me. Okay. I might throw the S's up for the suburbs, baby. Oh, suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Montgomery County, Moco. You know, put your M's up. Move, fight, move, Moco. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we out here. You know what I'm saying? We out here. You know what I'm saying? SEC Media Day Part 2. I'm gonna try to. Key wants me to go back to Nashville. I mean, she wants me to go back to SEC Media Day. It's in Nashville. So if anybody got some hookups in Nashville, please let me know. I will happily bunk with you. All right. If you got some space in Nashville, I will happily bunk with you. I am a fruit. Just leave me a couch. Okay. Just say, hey, Scotty, listen, you can crash on my couch. You good with me. Okay. I am not piggy, okay? Matter of fact, you can give me a sleeping bag. Put me in the garage. I am good to go. As long as it's free, shit, I'm in there. I am in there. Do you hear me? So, you know what I'm saying? So, okay. Let me know, Blue. Let me know, boy. You know what I'm saying? We'll be up in there. You know what I'm saying? So, try to make it out there. Like I said, July is a busy month for me. July is a busy month for the family. So hopefully I can make it out there if I can't. But I got to prove, though.
I'm going back to Cali.
I think the SIAC is going to approve me. I don't know about the MEAC, and we already know what the swag is. But I'm going to apply, though. I'm going to apply, and if I get denied, I'm going to be right on here telling you what happened. All right, so it is what it is. I'm just saying. All right, part 2.
Why the fuck you lying?
Wrong button. My bad. Wrong button. I ain't put it. But your boy got invited to the XFL HBCU showcase. All right.
Nobody take my pride. Can't nobody hold me down.
Wrong button. I got to keep on moving. Okay, your boy got invited to the XFL HBCU showcase. I will be there live tomorrow. Okay, I won't be live like showing. I won't be like YouTube live, but I will be in there in person at the XFL HBCU showcase. They sent me an email, asked if I would like to attend. I said, of course I would.
Nobody take my pride.
Hey, nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Broke the glass everywhere. If it ain't about the money, Scotty just don't care. Listen, okay, I'm in there. So hopefully I can get some interviews with some players. Shout out to my boy Blue. Hit me up with some equipment. He was like, hey, get this. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, I'm just trying to be there for y'all, man. Just trying to let y'all know what they doing out there in them XFL streets. Okay? Prayerfully, I can get an interview with The Rock. If I get an interview with Dwayne Johnson, oh, party time. You can't tell me a damn thing. I don't really be bragging. Okay, but I don't give a damn if it's 5 minutes. It could be 3 minutes. It could be 3 questions. I done did it. Mama, I done made it. Okay, you talking about Deion and Dwayne? Who else can say that? Who else can say that? Deion, Heaux, Dwayne, I'm coming on up. I said I'm moving on up to these, moving on up with deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on. If Kofi could see me now, you know what my boy Kofi would say? Okay, my brother, Shundo. Shundo, that's my brother. All right, man. So those are just some announcements that I want you guys to make. So be on the lookout for a show to recap the XFL HBCU showcase. I'm going to try to do some interviews. Listen, okay, I'm new to this interview stuff. Like if it ain't like this, I haven't done like a on the field in the like that. It's new. It's new for me. All right, so stepping out of my comfort zone. Trying to be a little bit more journalistic, all right? And I'm going to try to do what I can to get you guys some interview and some behind-the-scenes looks and everything like that. So bear with your boy, okay? Bear with your boy, all right? I'm going to try to do what I can do, but watch my shoes. All right? You talking about Dr. McNugget? You know what, if I get an interview with Dwayne Rock Johnson, you know what I'm going to tell Dr. McNugget? Can't nobody hold me down. Oh, no, I got to keep on moving. Stop it. I ain't worried about no Dr. McNugget. He ain't Dwayne Johnson. What you talking about? Start calling Dr. McNugget, but Dr. McNugget is his name. I officially dubbed him Dr. McNugget. Okay? Stop it. Take that. Okay? What is he talking about, guys? What is he talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Dick? What are you talking about, Green? He's officially his name. Who is McClellan? When people say, I'm like, who is McClellan? They say McNugget. Oh, McNugget, yeah.
Nobody take my pride. Can't nobody hold me down.
Oh, stop it. Take that, McNugget. Take that. Anyway, all right. Just a little something right there. So like I said, I'm going to be at the XFL Showcase tomorrow. It's an early morning event. I'll be there pretty much most of the day. Hopefully get some good content for you guys, man. Hopefully I can get some good content for you guys and keep this thing rolling. So definitely be on the lookout for an XFL Showcase, HBCU Showcase recap. All right, be on the lookout for that show as well. Do you have a wristband? If you don't have a wristband, you can't get in. If you can't get in, you don't have a wristband, you can't get in. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they gonna hit me. That's how they gonna hit me. All right, so let's talk about it. If you haven't heard, there has been some crazy news about Deion Sanders. All right. Doctors tell CU football coach Deion Sanders he may need his foot amputated. Listen, that is, when I saw this, my jaw dropped. So initially, this is what happened, right? He came out with a statement saying he would not attend the Morehouse camp that he has scheduled. I believe it's on June 19th, or it could be June 23rd, something around next week. I believe it's sometime next week, right? So he came up with a statement saying he could. People kind of got in uproar, whatever. But then the news broke a couple of days later that this is one of the issues that had transpired, that he could possibly get his foot amputated, right? So, you know, there's been a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation and stories that, you know, his foot isn't getting circulation, that the rehab isn't going very well. So just different things that have been transpiring. But I want to go a little deeper, right? Because listen, everything is all fun and games. Listen, nobody plays more games than me, and nobody tells more jokes than me. But this is where I draw the line. When you're talking about somebody's health and their lively, like you're talking about somebody's health, right? And the way they live their life. And I saw this tweet. It said, came to Jackson State and played church. Got over on most of us, but you can't get over on God. I knew it would catch up, just didn't know when. I kind of knew how, but not when. Listen, there's a lot of stuff that you play with, right? And I know I've gotten many of messages that have said, don't, Scotty, stop playing with God. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay? Let me tell you something. That woman that I'm about to marry is about as close to God as anybody, right? More than most people, right? So a lot of you don't see what happens behind the scenes when I get off the camera and I go and I ask her after every show, right? Hey, baby, is God cool with that? Or was God cool with that? And was this or that? And she'll tell me straight up, hey, listen, you got to chill, right? Or, hey, you got to change this. Or, oh, no, God said you good, right? So I understand what that looks like when it comes about playing with God and that line that you dilly-dally on. But to talk about somebody's health and their livelihood, I think, listen, I don't care what nothing happens. That is definitely crossing the line. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. The only downfall, right? Oh, I'm not saying this is all Jack State people, but there are Jack State fans that feel like this. So let's not be foolish enough to say that everybody doesn't feel that way. I'm not so foolish to say every Jack State fan feels this way. I'm not that dumb, right? But I'm also not that stupid to say there weren't more people that feel like this. Okay, so it's a balance, right? It might be 70-30 or 80-20. It might be 90-10, right? But some people do feel like this, and you have to respect that. Does it make it right or wrong? Does it make it right? No. So anyway, but my thing is this, right? When you mess with somebody's livelihood and things like that, I think there's just a line to cross. For me, let me be real with y'all. There is a downfall that I wanted for Deion, but it was on the football field, right? I wanted to see what Shador and Deion look without being the favorite. That is my appetizer, okay? That is what I'm salivating over. When you are getting drubbed 30-7, what does Deion say after that game? Oh, they didn't want to play. They didn't want to come. That's the downfall I'm looking for. This was not it, right? And when I saw this, I just said, wow, like where are we taking a game, right? And listen, guys, I understand there's some way that he left and people disagree with it. People did not like it. But at the end of the day, understand the basis of what we're talking about. We're talking about football. We're talking about a game. Deion came. He was a football coach. He helped you in other areas, but he was a football coach, man. He wasn't out here trying to mold kids into the next president. He was trying to make a great football team and send and graduate kids and move on, right? So the fact that this is coming full circle, a full head of steam into worrying about somebody. Come on, man, it's football. It's football. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with it, Jay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really feel for Deion. I will be praying for Deion, and if anybody else, if you can disagree or not disagree, the one thing I've learned about God is your heart posture. You can say a lot of things, right? You can say a lot of things about a lot, but how is your heart? Because that's what God checks, is your heart posture, right? And when I saw this tweet, this scripture came to mind, right? Romans 12:19-21. It says, "Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. On the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." Listen, we all walked it, and I'm not trying to preach to y'all. I'm not trying to give a sermon, but I really want everybody to understand the circle of life in this thing, that at the end of the day, 90% of what we're talking about is about a sport that is entertaining, that is entertainment, right? We're not talking about, real issues of paying bills and surviving and taking care of kids. And although we're talking about a game, a sport of football, right? And I say, and this scripture goes to a lot of things outside of just Deion's foot, right? So there's a lot of things that can be said or can be done, but all I'm telling y'all is, at the end of the day, your heart posture is going to be, right? It's going to be the hugest part of what you're doing. So you don't have to pray for Deion if you don't believe in that, because I would tell you, if your heart ain't right, don't pray. But as a community, as him being a black man, he who had stepped down into the HBCU space and have contributed something good. You might disagree about some, and I'll be the first one to tell you I disagreed about a lot of things Deion did. But you cannot take away the fact of what he brought to HBCUs, what light he shined on HBCUs, right? And him bringing his sons to contribute to the movement, right? So no matter how you feel, and I would just ask that at the end of the day, if you have the right heart posture and you feel it's necessary, pray for Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Like, we know what the people in Colorado are trying to do, right? We know what the people in Colorado are trying to do. They trying to use every bit of Deion to get what they need. But as him being a black man, him being a black man for the culture, right? At the end of the day, you might disagree with his actions, but you still wouldn't want to wish ill will. So all I'm saying is I wanted to inform you guys, if you hadn't heard of his situation with his foot, pray for him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, pray for him. Because that's all you can really do at this point in time. And pray that he can sustain his feet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So listen. If you one of them prayer warriors, get in your closet. But if you know your prayer hits the ceiling and comes back down to you, just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself, okay? Because you ain't doing nothing, nobody no good. Okay, you ain't doing nobody no good. If you know your prayer hitting the ceiling and coming back down talking to you, yeah, you just go ahead and do your thing and do it somewhere else. Just go ahead and do it somewhere else. All right. But let me get to some of these Q&As that I seen in the comments. Is Ja Morant's punishment fitting or harsh? I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's light. Listen, I think it's light. That's just me personally. I would have gave that Bama at least half the season. You could be like, Scotty, I'd have gave that Bama half the season because he's the type of person that he has to hit rock bottom to understand like your situation. Like playing basketball is a privilege. Okay? Thank you so much, Miss Miami. Shout out to Miss Howard. She hooked me up with this. Shout out to Miss Howard, Grambling alum. She bought this for me. All right. Playing basketball is a privilege. I don't owe you to play basketball. There's over hundreds of thousands of kids playing basketball wanting to make it to the league, right? Wanting to make it to the league. And you think you so special that you can do whatever you want. I'll show you how special you are. Okay? You are a dime a dozen. Listen, let's call it a spade a spade. It's like 0.01% that makes it to the NBA. So you're the 0.01% and you trying to F it up. Let me help you. I will help you. If you want to F it up, I will help you. Watch this. Bam. Suspended. Half the season. Toodles. Oh, and that guaranteed money? Oh, yeah, I'm going to need some of that back too. Right? So, no, I do not feel sorry for people who are getting paid $200 to $100 million to put a freaking ball in a hoop. I don't feel sorry for you that you can't keep your hands clean. You can't keep your nose clean. I don't feel sorry for Bama's losing their job because they smoke, they pissing hot, right? I don't feel sorry for you. You're getting paid millions of dollars to put a ball in a hoop and you can't stay clean. You can't buy a bodyguard so you don't have to carry a gun. You can't be around the right people so they don't put you on social media. I don't feel sorry for you. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop. No, I'm not even. No. Why though, Scotty? Listen, at the end of the day, think about this. I really want you gotta you have to really think about the whole totality of the league, right? The league, these institutions or these companies are private entities that allow, right? Because let's be real, there is no NFL without the players, and there's no monetization, right? If there's no established NFL, there's no way to pay people millions. And if there's not talented individuals, there's nobody to pay. So yes, it is a very mutual benefit, right? But when you don't own it, you play by their rules. And the rules are whatever they lay them out to be. And when you sign the contract, that's what you're agreeing to. So then you can no longer say, if I'm paying you $200 million and all I'm asking you to do is not put a gun on social media, I would be. Come on, man. Let's keep it a buck right now. Let's keep it a buck, KP. If somebody came to you right now and said, I will pay you $500,000 to delete all your social media, right? You would do it. If somebody came to me right now and said, hey, Scotty, I will pay you $1 million to not post your kids, I would be like, F them kids. F them kids. I don't even have kids. Who are they? Lottie, la, dottie. I don't have kids. People will be asking me on social media, Scotty, where are your son and daughter? What son and daughter? So you telling me that you're getting paid $200 million and the one thing they ask you is to not show a gun on social media? Man, miss me with that. You better go on somewhere. That ain't the hill you want to die on tonight, okay? That is not the hill that you want to die on tonight is about some Ja Morant and a gun. Boy, that you got to be out your cotton picking mind. That Bama should have been suspended for at least half the season. And if he does it again, I would suspend him indefinitely. You think I'm playing? I wouldn't. Boy. It's like this, right? I look at it like this. And I'm gonna go to another question I saw too about Zion and Mariah Mills, right? That's a funny situation. But I'll say this. It's the same thing where I see in even in sometimes in the YouTube space, right? Like nobody owns me, right? I don't have a boss. This is mine, right? But when you have people, so that's why I can say whatever I want, right? People are like, oh, Scotty, don't say that. Why? Who gonna fire me? Who gonna fire me? This me. This mine, right? So nobody can fire me. That's why I can get up here and say, yo, you trash, you dumb, blah, 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 right? But a lot of people don't have that luxury because why? They have a job they have to answer to. They have a boss they have to answer to, right? You know what I'm saying? Like my man Dame Dash said, can you leave this to your kids, right? Can you leave this to your kids? Yeah, YouTube is kind of my boss, though. Why you playing? Yeah, YouTube is kind of my boss. I rock with you on that. Yeah, YouTube is kind of my boss. They're like my overseer, right? So that's fair, right? But at the end of the day, I don't really have to answer to anybody but YouTube. I'll say that. They're my overseer, right? So, but when you go out into the regular world, like they got bosses they got to answer to. They got a supervisor, whatever. So there's certain things they can't say on their platform because they can get back to their supervisor, right? But you gotta understand, you know what I'm saying? When you do your own thing and you have your own space, it just is what it is. You can move how you want to. Mr. Walker, coming to you.
Okay.
What's up, Mr. Walker?
Scotty, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man? Talk to me. Good to hear.
No, man, I just wanted to chime in on that Ja Morant thing, man. It's like he did get off light, but the thing too, what I heard today, just riding around in the car, is that he's going to be able to practice with the team and do everything that he normally does. He's just not going to be able to participate in games, and he's going to lose some money. So how is that teaching him a lesson? If you're going to be able to be around your boys, practice, and do what you normally do, you just can't play in games, but you're going to lose a little money. So, like I said, I just wanted to let you know that, hey, I agree with you on that. And then the other thing that people are talking about in the chat as well is like he didn't break any laws. But what you have to realize is that you represent an entity.
Come on.
And the NBA is a private entity. So guess what? Nobody's bigger than the NBA. Okay, nobody's going to ever be bigger than the NFL or whatever sport you're talking about. So guess what? We're going to teach you a lesson until either you're going to conform or you're going to get let go.
It's either one of the two. And the thing about it is, like, guys, it's $200 million. If any of you Bama's was paying somebody $200 million in your business and they are giving you a bad look, you would be like, yo, get your shit together. Oh, I'm going to fire you. It's that simple.
That's right. Get what you need to get your money together, stack your paper, and guess what? You can take care of your family and your children for the rest of their lives. Or you're going to blow it, run it around because you want to be on IG Live toting the gun.
Come on.
So it's up to him, bro. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's all I got, Scotty.
Anytime,
absolutely, bro.
Anytime, Mr. Walker. Appreciate the call. Good to hear your voice.
All right, brother. All right. Later.
Listen, guys, y'all got to understand how stuff works, right? I got a lot of people on here who are I'm talking about the corporate of the corporate. I'm talking about, I got C-suite executives in my chat. I know you guys making 6 figures, 8 figures, 20 figures. KJ making 20 figures, right? Listen, guys, let me ask you this. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. In the social media space, how many times have we seen a white person? They don't technically break any laws other than social misjustice. Let's keep it a buck, right? If it's calling a black person out their name, calling a black person the N-word, what do? We find their address, find the company, and say, hey, your person said the N-word to a black person on social media. They didn't break any laws. But it's a bad look towards the company. So it's the same thing Stop trying to isolate it like it's not the same. It's all the same thing. It is perception. Okay, it is perception, and nobody wants that type of representation for their company because it can bite them in the ass. And they like, yo, we don't. Hey, listen, we don't want that problem. We don't want that problem. All right, Dre, coming to you.
Yeah, man. I agree with you. I heard Kitty Smith said this a long time ago. When some people pay max players, they also pay because they trust you. And that trust is big, you know. I'm a manager for one of the top 2 big airlines. I make pretty well because I can be trusted. That trust if all of a sudden you decided to hire a CPA and you're going to pay her 6 figures because that's what they cost, you're going to pay her not only for her qualifications, but because she's trustworthy.
Absolutely.
So if you give somebody $200 million, they are trustworthy. That's half the battle. The talent is the easy thing. I live in Charlotte. I joke with folks all the time is that I wouldn't have paid Zion nothing. Nothing. I would have left him in free agency because I need to see him perform. You ain't even on the court. So what I'm paying you $200 for on potential, now at least Ja Morant played.
That's fair. And been very productive.
Yeah. So when you get paid that type of money, half of it's about your talent. The other half is about, can I trust you?
That's good.
And, you should have really no qualms about it because anybody will want it. If you pay somebody that type of money, you shouldn't have any problems with it.
That's good, Dre. That's good. That's good, Dre. Appreciate the call.
You're welcome.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. And let's keep it a buck, right? Let's just keep it a whole buck. If you, like Dre said, if you hired an accountant, right? And you hired an accountant and then there's a social media post of your accountant doing something scrupulous, right? They didn't break any laws or whatever, but it just looked shady or you have to let them go just because you're like, hey, I can't have that representing me, right? I can't have that representing me. So it's not always a thing about did he break a law? No, he just broke the social laws or the private laws. Bruce Warren, thanks, man. Appreciate the $20, Bruce. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day. My bad. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there in the world. I know we don't get enough commercials and we don't get enough love, but let your boy Scotty tell you, I love y'all fathers. Keep being dope fathers, and black men are in our kids' lives. All right. Let me see where I'm going with. Let me see. 4718. Then Wake Up coming to you. Then look, I think that's Gabe. G coming to you. Henry coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Going on, Scotty the Bomb, checking in once again.
What's up, Bob? I'm just messing with you.
Man, I'm just listening about the Ja Morant situation. People got to understand, he may have not broken any laws. Yes, his right to carry a gun, but with so much going on in this country, when you have people saying we got to get rid of guns, and not only that, it's the image of what he's portraying in one of the most dangerous cities in America. We know Memphis' reputation.
Yeah,
like come on.
Yeah.
So you got to understand that you just can't be going around riding with guns and you portraying this image when you're supposed to be one of the propped up stars in the league. They're promoting you towards the children. So what does that say? This is not the image that we want to be portrayed, especially towards young kids who are going to be looking up to this. So that's what people got to understand. Hell, Patrick Mahomes, it's certain things you can't do. It's ethics. Patrick Mahomes can't even play basketball recreationally. You getting paid that much money, you are an investment to those teams. They got to protect that investment. They got to get something out of the deal. And Ja Morant doing this, he got off pretty light. What he needs to do is he needs to step back off social media. Got to clean up his image and, just watch his circle. You may have to hire bodyguards if you feel that unsafe, but it's just certain things you cannot do. Every company has their rules that you have to follow.
Absolutely.
It may not be on the, may not be a law, but they have their laws that you have to follow because they got to protect themselves as well. That's all I got to say.
Man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate the call, Mr. Lauren. Thank you so much. Hey, let me say that. PPMG TV, you preaching on that one. You are absolutely preaching on that one. Let me get to it. It says, should your pastor lose his church? Listen, let me say this. And Wake and G, I'm coming to y'all. I promise you. Just give me some time, right? If my pastor is on social media flexing a gun, like he's not doing gun safety, he's flexing, we're gonna have to have a conversation. I'm not a blind sheep follower, and anybody who know me, I'm skeptical about church politics anyway. Okay, my girl come out here and tell you I don't do that church politics stuff. I don't give a damn if you're a deacon, a pastor, a missionary, a prophet, apostle. I don't give a damn what your name is. You can all get this smoke from me. Do you hear me? You a man, I'm a man. Let's handle this like a man, right? So don't get me going on that. But I think there's a lot of things when it comes to pastors for me, right? In my personal opinion, as a pastor, I'm not a pastor. I'm just saying, like thinking as a pastor, there are certain things that I just expect from my pastor. Now they are still men. They still sin. They still have problems. They have their vices and everything like that. But there is a level of I'll say expectation or a level of expectancy that I expect from a pastor. So I'm not saying I would leave his church, but we gonna have a I'm like, yo, what you on social media flexing for? Like, we're gonna have to have a conversation. Don't mean I'm gonna leave the church. I'm like, I see that you real, but come on now. Now I'll say this. If he's preaching one thing and then does it another, that's completely different. Now you're gonna have to come see me. If you in your pulpit talking about, God is your gun and the Holy Spirit is the bullets, and then you on social media, you doing all that? Now we gotta have a talk. We're gonna have to have a conversation. You gonna have to come see me, okay? Wait, coming to you.
What else, Scotty?
What's good?
So you got it. The previous caller took an angle I was going to take, and this thing goes beyond CBA because it's Section 9, Article 6, which he violated conduct policy. Now, when I take it beyond that, it's more than just representing the NBA, and I am from Memphis, so I know that territory. So can you imagine if a young kid is out there flexing with a John Morant shirt, with a playing with a little gun out in the street, and he roll up on a cop? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
What is going to happen?
Yeah. Black Lives Matter is going to happen.
Right. Black Lives Matter is going to happen. And then NBA even said the protection of its workers. So let's say John Morant said the wrong thing to the wrong somebody coming into the arena, and they bring that mess to the arena, putting people's lives in danger. You got to think about that part.
That's fair.
What you going to do if a kid is sitting up here, somebody's hurt, representing John Morant or NBA because of the mess that he did? You got to look beyond that. No, it's about you putting people's lives in danger on both ends.
No, I agree, man. Listen, you got to think, like, when you're an entity, you have to think in a grand scheme of things, right? You can't think individually, and that's what bothers me about a lot of people. They'll say, Scotty, well, that doesn't apply to me. Well, you're not 20,000 people. You're not 50,000 people. You're one person, right? So you have to. People are very influenced. You might not be influenced. You might watch John Morant with a gun. You be like, this ninja right here is dumb as bricks. But somebody else might watch that and be like, I told you it was cool. I told you we could do that. You know what I'm saying? So people are very influenced. So you have to worry about the 0.1% sometimes when it comes to a business brand, because you're like, yo, I can't have you being influenced on the wrong people, and then they blaming the NBA for the influence. We can't fall into that. You know what I'm saying? So people just have to think bigger instead of in their bubble sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
Let me add another angle. So in that Section 9, Article 6 of the CBA, it says players are prohibited from possessing a firearm of any kind in numerous settings, including wherever a player is traveling on any NBA-related business.
Wow.
Here's where people got this wrong. When a player is paid that kind of money, he is the business of the NBA 24/7. 24/7.
Come on.
It's not, I go 8 to 5 and I'm at work, whatever.
Come on.
You own business you are the business of the NBA. You have to, matter of fact, Carmelo Anthony went through that same thing. He told a story about it. They checked him. They told him, hey, check your boys. You got to tone that down or whatever. John Morant, especially, they wanted to make him the face of the NBA. And I'm already seeing kids that play basketball. They already doing that gun, the hand sign with the gun.
Yeah.
Imagine a black kid doing that at night. Imagine doing that at night. Boom, gone. Hey, I thought he had a gun in his hand. We got to be careful with this, man. Thanks, Scotty.
Hey, appreciate the call, Wake. That's real, man. Like, listen, we as people, we can't always just keep this. We can't keep a small circle and think that like a lot of people say this to me all the time. Scotty, watch what you say because of the influence you have. I understand that, right? But sometimes I gotta be like, hey, this is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dr. McNugget situation. If y'all call that man Dr. McNugget, that's you. Right? Just like y'all was in my boy Chad talking about Willie going Willie. Where you got that from? From your boy, right? So it's like, I'm very influential. I know that. But at the same time, I'm still going to be myself. But I'm not held to a standard like John Morant. You ain't going to see me on here with no gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, ha. Like, you ain't going to see me doing none of that. Like, that ain't me. Right? I don't smoke nor I drink, but I got this cigar for when I gotta get you know what I'm saying? But I don't smoke, you know what I'm saying? That ain't even my cup of tea, right? So G, coming to you.
What's going on, Scotty?
What's good?
And happy Father's Day coming up to you, man.
Happy Father's Day to you, my brother.
I appreciate that. Look here, and speaking of Father's Day, don't John Morant have a 2-year-old daughter?
Oh, he does. She's so gorgeous. She is so gorgeous.
Yeah. And had her on national TV. It's a party in my city, yeah. Remember that?
Party in my city, yeah.
During the playoffs.
It's a party in my city, yeah.
Yeah, So, okay. Now, everybody, all 4 sports, everybody signs a moral clause. Like you said, signs a moral clause when they sign the NBA contract. And so like you say, they don't want to make the rules, so you got to abide by it. And D.L. Hughley said this right here, talking about the golden rule. He said, hey, the one that has the goal makes all the rules.
Makes all the rules.
There's a difference when you sign a paycheck. If you sign on the front, you cut the check. If you sign on the back, am I right?
You ain't lying. You ain't lying on that one. Where you signing at?
If you sign on the back of the check, you cashing it. See, I said it before and I say it again. You can't serve 2 masters. Either you're gonna be a player or either you're gonna be a gangster. What happened to what's his name? Aaron Hernandez, played for the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Trying to be a football player and a gangster.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna get on down, man. You know what happened to Young Dog? Like I said, he trying to be a gangster, wannabe. Gangsters don't like that. When you the guy that made, but you still want to dip in their world. Stephen A. Smith said one of the boys from the street saved his life because he was trying to go down that road. They told him, hey, you need to get off these streets. We see you again. We fucking you up on sight.
Huh. Hey, listen.
And so
that's real.
So hey, it's like this right here. If those gangsters will roll up on Young Dolph, they'll roll up on him too.
Quickly. Hey, appreciate the call, G.
All right, man, I'm gone.
That boy said, where you signing at? You signing on the front or you signing on the back? Oh, that was funny. I needed that laugh. Thank you so much, G. I appreciate that. All right. Another question that says, Scotty, you are hired as the president of Mississippi Valley State. How do you secure funding for the school? Who do you hire as an AD? How do you turn Valley around as a school and athletic program? Very good question. First of all, I'm probably going to partner with Urban Edge Network. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Right? I'm probably gonna partner with Urban Edge Network just simply because of I need funding. I need somebody to go out and get the funding that I need. I'm actually going to keep Hakeem as AD. I don't think I haven't seen enough to say he's bad, right? And from what I have seen, I like what they do at Valley, right? I think that the mission athletically, right? Athletically, I feel like there has to be, we got to tap into what Delta State is doing. What is Delta State doing? This is, you got to listen. You have to learn your competition to understand how to get better. What is Delta State so good at that why can't we have the same success? Right? Why can we not have the same success? Right? I would do that. I would be selling Jerry Rice jerseys ASAP. I would be selling Willie Titan throwbacks and Jerry Rice throwbacks. I would be doing that ASAP, right? I would be doing like a silent auction, maybe selling to the fans or something like that. I would be doing stuff like that. School and athletic program. Yeah, to me, it's just like you got to figure out what the people in your surrounding area are doing. You see what I'm saying? He says, I'm a Delta State alum. Delta State has great facilities. So we got to figure out how we got to upgrade, because if Delta State is getting top-notch kids, right, to be a D2 powerhouse, we got to figure out how we got to get into that lane and what we need to do, right? So that would be some of my ongoing mission, and literally finding funding, going out. Listen, man, you don't eat. Listen, you don't work, you don't eat. Got to go out and get it. Got to go out and get it. All right, go out and get it. 5240 coming to you.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? I want to go back to your last show. I got some questions about the last show.
All right, talk to me.
Yeah, about now honestly, I think the HBCU product is good. If I was BET, I wouldn't even fuck with them.
Oh, okay.
Because their quality ain't all that. Who wants to watch a football game one angle? Like we watching football back in the 70s. That would be the first thing they have to fix. I would have them all go to FAMU and get their quality, get their production team, and bring them over so we can get different angles of the football game. Because I paid to go on these Southern Wells site to watch their football games, and it's just side to side, side to side, side to side. I don't want to watch a football game like that. And they all need to upgrade to 4K cameras. That's all. I just want. That was my opinion. I missed the show. I missed the live show last time.
No, you good. No, you good. Hey,
you know about that. You know what I mean?
Now I'll answer it off the call. Appreciate it. Listen, do I think there are some upgrades that SWAC schools need to have? Absolutely. And I'll say this numerous times. I think Dr. McNugget is doing a disservice to his programs because I think he's doing a disservice to his programs because if your job as the commissioner is to be an overseer of the conference, why do you continually have different standards of product, right? You have FAMU and Valley, which are on the two farthest spectrums of funding, but they have the two best products in video. So if Valley is a top 2 program in video production, there is no excuse for Alabama State, for Jackson, for Southern, for UAPB, for Grambling. There is no excuse for you all to have a piss poor camera view or piss poor product. So why he trying to be a super conference, right? Why he trying to be a super conference? I need you to put everybody, get everybody on the same page, at least to the standard of Valley. Alabama State probably has the worst out of everybody. They probably have the worst production team in the SWAC. They will literally put a game up with no sound, no scoreboard. You're literally watching Tecmo Bowl dots run up and down the field. You don't know what's going on. Unless you started it from the beginning, you don't know what is going on. Grambling, at least Grambling has sound and video and a scoreboard, even though they might give you a seizure because of the jerk. Whoever's working that camera, that Bama needs to get some medicine. That Bama's camera be like this the whole time. Just like this. The whole time you watching the Grambling game, that's how it be, just shaking the whole time. Just, like he got Tourette's or something. Like, oh, F you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, keep it still, bro. You know what I'm saying? F you. Like, I'm just like, bro, chill. Right? So it's just a lot of bad stuff. And that's like at the basis, that's where you can start to get better at, right? Control what you can control. And that is a part that you can control. And that's not a part where you need to be making excuses to be like, oh, I wish we had better cameras. Oh, I wish we had this. Oh, I wish we had like, come on, man. We're in 2023. I mean, damn near cameras on your phone got 4K and 8K. And they shit sucks. Well, I'm not going to say it sucks. I'm not going to say it sucks. Let me be very honest. Anytime that I won't say it. Let me be a complete, I won't even be facetious, right? I'm going to keep it. I won't even be a hyperbole. I'm going to keep it. If you're supposed to have your own TV and radio station, explain this to me. Last year, you were trying to show your spring game, and it was absolutely trash. You tried to have 4 camera angles. The shits weren't working. The sound was going in and out. But you supposed to be the king of TV and radio, but none of your stuff was working when it was supposed to be working. So I'm going to just leave that right there, Mr. King of TV and radio, okay? I'm going to just leave that right there. And you're getting white people money too, okay? You're getting white people money, and you still can't get your shit together. So miss me with that, right? The king of production is FAMU. Point blank, period. Hey, D, I saw you. I saw your email come across my jank. I'll hit you back after the show, right? Bama State is the same thing, right? I didn't even know they had a communications department. That's even worse. And they keep bragging about how much money they got. They stuff is trash, right? And you got a new AD. He hiring real estate agents. How about you put some money in your production? Okay? You talking about Q-Dog this and Bark that and purple and gold this and boots and that. Stump your ass to a new camera. Bark your ass to some new announcers. How about that? There's enough Qs in the world. Find 2 Qs and sit their ass in the announcer's booth just to give us some type of entertainment. I don't care if they play Atomic Dog the whole damn time. Can we get some entertainment? Jesus freaking Christ. I'm sorry. That went completely left, but yeah, that just pisses me off, man. It's so lazy. It's just lazy at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Just lazy. Sorry. My bad, guys. I'm sorry, man. Yes, that just kills me. It just kills me. All right, let me see. What's your thoughts? Oh my God. What is your thoughts on Zion? What are your thoughts on Zion? Well, then, let me say this. First of all, tricking ain't for everybody. Okay, tricking ain't for everybody, right? And the one thing that kills me is like this woman is like, okay, let me give, okay, if you don't know what's going on with Zion, let me explain. Zion just came out about a week ago with a woman, popped out with a woman who supposedly got pregnant. He got pregnant, right? And she's having this baby. So when he did the video, right? Let me see if I can find this thing. Let me see if I can find this thing. All right, so I found it. So here we go.
I don't know what the future holds, but mommy and daddy love you. You don't know nothing else in this world. Know that mommy and daddy love you. Life. Else in this world.
Now, mind you, this woman right here on the bottom right is like 30-something. Zion is like 20, 23, 22, something like that. So this woman is, I believe, is over 30, right? She already got a kid with somebody else. And I don't know what she do, but she gives me vibes of I get pregnant, I get child support, right? She gives me those vibes. So he gets this woman pregnant, right? Now, come to find out through Twitter, is he was messing with this girl named Mariah Mills. Now, I cannot bring up what Mariah Mills does. She is a professional entertainment actress. She is a professional adult entertainment actress. All right? That's what she does. So she comes out on Twitter and she is blasting my man. I'm talking about blasting my man. Talking about, oh, you was just with me a couple days ago. You was spitting in my mouth. You was doing yaza, yaza, yaza. I was letting you do it in yaza, yaza, yaza. You was putting it in yaza, yaza, yaza. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about straight expose. I mean, like, damn, okay? I'm talking about, she's showing pictures, Snapchats, messages. He tricking. Okay, it ain't tricking if you got it, right? But he tricking. She 32, 31, 32, whatever. So now she blasted him on Twitter. She showed a text message of him texting her like, yo, why you doing me like this? Take it down. She's like, why you being weird to me? I'm being weird to you. Why you being weird to me? That's what she says. And she continues to go on and on. So listen, one thing I can tell you, and this is from somebody, who has been in a baby mama situation, right? Because I got a baby mama. Like, you gotta know how to handle your business. Gotta know how to handle your business. And it's funny, and I would love the guys to call in about this, because they had a conversation about this on my girl show, Girls Need Girls. Girl Need Girls, Sundays. All right, Sundays, 7 o'clock. Girls Need Girls. But let me say this, because let me keep it a buck. I think it's more player if the girls know that you messing with other girls. Because clearly Mariah did not know that he was messing with this girl he had a baby with. I just think it's more player if you come out and say, yo, I'm just doing my dilly dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here doing me. You know what I'm saying? Now me, I don't like the word no, so I'm going to be secretive. That's just me. I don't like hearing the word no. So I just like to be secretive like that. So I'll, back in my whole days, I'm a reformed hoe, but back in my whole days, I might have 2 or 3 girls that don't know about each other. Cause I don't want to miss out on something, right? Cause you might get with a girl and she like, oh, I don't get down like that. So now I can't even smash you because I told you about the other 2. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I just like to bounce. I like to be plentiful. Okay, I like to frolic and plentiful. Now, does that bring a lot of confusion? Does that bring a lot of, your windows being busted, your car being messed up, your door being kicked down? Does that bring a lot of that? It does. And I've gone through those situations, and I'm a new man because I'm a new man because of it. Okay, I'm getting married for my last time. I've done all that. Okay, but I'm just saying, I think it's more player. I ain't that type of player, right? My game ain't that tight. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't think my game is that tight. I look at it like this. This is how I used to get my girls back in the day, right? I get my girls back in the day. It's like, listen, if you like, for me, if we kicking it and you start liking me, I'm good because I know I'm always going to be able to get back with you, right? I'm always going to leave that door cracked. That's always been my thing. If I dilly-dally come in and out, once you like me, 9 times out of 10, it's an HOV lane back and forth. I'm in and out your life. You know what I'm saying? But, you got to get there because I come off pretty strong. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't really, once they get to know me, they like me, but off the rip, you know what I'm saying? So you got to get to know me to like me. It's a lot of things. I'm just different. I'm different. All right. N.O. Joe coming to you and Dre coming to you.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, N.O. Joe?
All right. Now I got to go back to my drug dealing day before I was a productive citizen of society. I used to be a trick. I used to be a big-time trick. And for me looking at this story here, Maura Mills, she got in her feelings. Because from the jump, Zion let it be known, look, I'm going to pay you to come move here. So basically Zion was saying, look, I'm going to pay you to come down here, you know what I mean, whatever I got to give you, $15,000 a month, $20,000 a month, you know what I mean, to be basically my personal sex slave when I want something or when I want to kick it.
That's fair. Yep.
You know what I mean? Which is the better thing to do instead of going to the Trips Club, spending $20,000, $30,000. Got you one right there.
That's
real. She just got in the field. Now she was smart. She just sat back and kept on collecting her $15,000, $20,000 a month. But she got in the feelings. That's all that was. She just got in the feelings. I'm gone.
I love it. Appreciate the realness. N.O. Joe. Listen, man. The reason I like y'all, because y'all Bamas be real. Some of y'all Bamas be fake. But your boy Scotty gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna tell you about myself. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I say this. This is my slogan. I'm gonna get to you, Dre. I say this. If you can't talk about yourself, it's because you're not over it, right? You haven't moved past it. If you can't talk about your shortcomings, you can't talk about your mistakes back in your past, it's because you haven't moved through it and you haven't accepted it. I tell you, I've been divorced twice. I tell y'all that. I cheated on both my ex-wives. I tell y'all that because I done moved through it. God done reformed me and redeemed me. I am a new man in Christ Jesus. What does it say? He said, who God sets free. I said, who God sets free is free indeed. I'm free. I'm a new man. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so. Old things passed away. I got a new mind. I got a new body. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, Drake. Drake coming to you.
Man, you a fool. I've done a couple of tricking, I'm corporate, but God has blessed my increase. So,
Come on, I love it, Drake. Be real. Be real.
I played a bill or so, so but if I'm getting 200 mil, I ain't doing no negotiating. See, I ain't doing no explaining. This is what it's gonna be. So that, to me, I don't believe, Zion don't strike me as the one who has game. He's just an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He don't got a good mouthpiece on him. But if I got 200 mil, nah, these are the terms.
I like
and there's
that.
no negotiating.
I like that.
It's no different than Diddy and Shorty. They know, she understands the terms, and she's benefiting it. She got her show. She probably learning a lot from him, But Diddy ain't got no drama, and Diddy just had a baby 6 months ago.
You were so right. He did have a baby on that girl Miami, and he's still doing his thing. Yeah, that's real. That's real. And we don't know if Diddy be playing both sides either. So that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But still, if it is no drama. Miami ain't sitting no Twitter out there in the streets on some you had a baby by me now. Nah, Diddy came in the in-house with the real players. When you make that type of bread, nah, we ain't doing no drama.
I like
this is the terms of it. Especially, I'm the one making the money. Like, Shorty, you may make a couple of $100K, but I got 200 mil. It's on my terms.
That's real. I like that, Dre. That's real. I appreciate your honesty, my boy. I love y'all, Bamas, man. Shout out to you, Dre. Appreciate the call.
Okay.
Hey, listen. Okay, let's not act like you ain't pay a couple duck. Listen. I ain't never pay no girl's bill though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never pay no girl's bill. Now, let me see. Now I look at it like this. If you've been kicking it at a girl's house for a long time and you like, yo, I'll help you with the cable bill. I'll help you with your light bill. I don't think that's tricking. I just think that's being a responsible young man. You know what I'm saying? Because, most guys, when you get with a girl, you start spending more time at the girl's house most times, right? Because if the girl's spending time at your house, she should be cooking. She should be cleaning, right? She should be doing something proactive. You hear me? Okay, so if you at I cut her grass. I cut her grass. I get that fresh cut. That boy is stupid. He said I cut her grass. Oh, not cut her grass. That's take out the trash. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I feel y'all, but sometimes you gotta pay a couple bill or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So when Key was moving out of one place to another place, I paid for her move. I made the investment in my baby because I'm like, this is my girl. You know what I'm saying? So I'll make the investment. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they say it ain't tricking if you got it. Okay, and I'm gonna be a buck with you. I'm gonna be a whole buck with you. If I had it, I probably would have been doing the same thing. I probably would have been in some Instagram models DM talking about let me see what it feel like. You know what I'm saying? Let's not. Because when you got money to blow, it's like you got money to blow. Let's not act like you Bamas when you get your tax money that you won't be out here blowing it. Okay, just imagine if you had tax money every month, right? If you was getting tax money every month, you'll be blowing it on something. Okay, most of y'all ain't that financially responsible. Okay, so let's not play this game, right? So I ain't gonna lie, I probably been tricking. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have bought a Birkin or two. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have bought a Birkin or two. You know what I'm saying? Well, a little something, but now I got this beautiful queen. She get all my money. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Now let me say this, right? Because my girl Paris, listen to you, boy. Listen to you, boy. It ain't the same. It ain't the same, P. It ain't the same, P. It just ain't the same, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes sometimes you gotta jump in that thing, see what it feel like. It just ain't the same. But hey, listen, you gotta step your pull-out game. You know, you gotta step your pull-out game up. You know what I'm saying? I got 3. My pull-out game is weak. Okay, it is weak. But you know, you just got, what I'm saying? Just gotta test the waters. As my man Dave Chappelle would say, why don't you cool yourselves off in the cool lakes of Minnetonka? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, come on, man. Like, he ain't dealing. He's dealing with professionals. He's dealing with professional. Listen, come on. He's not dealing with Susie and Lucy. He's dealing with professional workers, okay? Like, when you go to a professional, they do things professionals do. When you go to a professional massage person, they getting the kinks out that your boyfriend or girlfriend can't do, right? You know, when you get your, you get your little boyfriend or girlfriend massage, you be like, oh, babe, that's nice. Oh, yeah, oh, thank you. I really needed that. Thank you so much. When you get that professional massage, you be feeling like a new man, a new woman, right? So if you go into a professional worker, right, they doing things that the regular girls ain't doing. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you ain't got no gag reflex. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no gag reflex. You know what I'm saying? You know, all the holes, you know what I'm saying? They all open. They're like 7-Eleven, everything. I'm sorry, what are we doing right now? You know, we like, you know what I'm saying? We 7-Eleven, everything open. You know what I'm saying? Just, wherever. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, where you want me to put my shoes? I'll put them wherever. Where you want me to put my shirt? We put it wherever. You know what I'm saying? Just put it where you want me to put my plate at? Put it wherever. You know? Oh man. I'm sorry. Oh man. Hey, 4718 coming to you. Oh Jesus.
Man, the bum checking back in. Look here, man. I was with you till you said Birkin for a minute.
Yeah, I probably
that's a little. No, that's a little bit too much money, there, Jack.
I mean, if you got $200 million, like, come on, man. What is a Birkin? What's a Birkin? Like $15,000, $20,000?
Oh hell no! Birkin's running up. That's a used Birkin. You know anybody want no used Birkin? The new one's running 50.
They don't know it's used. They don't know it's used. Come on, man. Stop playing me. Nah,
Man, please. They gonna figure that shit out in a minute. Yeah. Now that's just something I ain't finna invest in like that. Now, ain't nothing wrong, you gonna be staying over a good house with it. If y'all, kicking it like that, living together, yeah, but what this man was doing, oh no, that's a surefire way to go broke.
Certified.
I heard, men said, they believe in that type of stuff. You paying a woman to shut up. We did something. Ain't a woman gonna shut up. I don't care how much you pay her.
Hey, listen, a scoring woman. Oh yeah, scoring woman. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
You can get all that work.
She ain't gotta be scoring, man, because hey, you might not know she talking, but she gonna be talking to her girlfriends about how the stuff went, man. That's just common sense. Women talk.
That's fair.
So I don't know what he thought. But I can say it like this: He messed up, and he finna bump his head and just gonna learn the hard way. But nah, man, I ain't with all that. Not no $100,000. It ain't a speck of that out here worth that much. I'm sorry,
man. Oof, I couldn't do it, but appreciate the call though. Hey, listen, I'm gonna say this because somebody asked the question. They said, "What would his life story be?" It'd be like when tricking goes wrong. Everybody waiting for that 30 for 30 when tricking goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this, right? This is and I'm gonna be very serious about this. And listen, guys, like if you a real one, you ain't gotta call in and give your name, right? But if you a real one, you'll call in and say like, "Yo, that's real talk." The thing with guys, right? And the thing that makes guys look dumb is when they go back to women that they know are crazy. Me being one of them, right? You go back to a girl that's crazy. You go back to a girl that has their issues because it was fire. That's what gets you caught up. Is because it was fire. You know, you're sitting in your room and you're like, man, she used to do more. Like she would just, oh, it was fire. It's the self-control and the self-discipline that gets a lot of men in trouble to stay away from situations like that, right? So I'm telling you right now, if he's not old enough to see the signs and know and not control his self-control and self-discipline, he will be back in that situation, falling into Mariah Mills, literally, and then she's going to be pregnant and she's going to be set for life. That's how men get caught up. So when a lot of women be like, how did you get Brittany Renner pregnant? Or why do you keep going back to that girl? Why do you keep doing? It's not because men logically understand this woman is crazy. Men logically can say, yo, we're not good together. But it's when you're sitting at home and the idle mind is the devil's playground, when you're sitting at home in your room watching ESPN and you like, I really got to get this up off. It feels like, like for me, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. For me, my stomach would turn like, it would be like a stomach pain that I got to get it out of me. It would feel like something has to come out of me, right? And I'm not just saying like a nut or whatever. You know, let's keep it a buck. We all grown out here. I'm not saying a nut. I'm just saying like it will feel like I have to get something off of me. So I'm going to reach out to somebody I know that's going to do whatever they got to do, right? And that pool keeps bringing you back because you're like, man, I don't want to talk to her. Because literally, this is how guys do, for real. And real ninjas gonna know, right? This is what happens. You hit that girl up, you go over there, you do what you do. After you done, you don't want to talk to her. You don't want to ask her no questions. You really trying to put your shoes up and get up out of there. You really trying to put your shoes on and get up out of there because you really just came for one thing because you know the rest of that girl ain't good for you. But then a month later, she telling you she pregnant. You like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. That's how a lot of guys get caught up, right? That is essentially how guys keep getting caught up. And the girl that you're dealing with understands her hold on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how most guys get caught up. And I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to tell you, I'm just being as real as I possibly can for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't even be mad at Zion if he went back because I can't even judge the man. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in those situations and I know how much of a hold it will have on you. So he's going to have to get the self-discipline and the self-control, one, and then two, he's going to have to find a girl who pours into him to understand you just need me for the peace that I bring you. You just need me for who we are together when you're with me. Right? So that's what he's looking for. But yeah. Hey, NO Joe, coming to you.
All right, Scotty. I appreciate you talking about me like that now. I don't know how you know my business, but I don't appreciate you talking to me like that now. Now, back in my whole days, when I was a hoe, I got cut 3 times, and I woke up with a knife at my penis. Because I was a hoe. But you know the fucked up part about it? We married now. Been together for 23 years.
No!
And we married. So I don't appreciate you talking about me like that, okay? I'm gone.
Oh, man, now that's a story. Boy, you need to put that in a book. You need to put that in a book. I'm trying to tell you, boy, that's crazy. Now that's crazy. But see, this is what this channel is all about, man. Like, you got to be real. Like, we can talk, we can talk about people, but understand people are not. This isn't just Zion Williamson. It's not a Zion. Yeah, we can make fun of Zion in the situation he's in, but men go through this all across the country. We just don't make $200 million. You know what I'm saying? My uncle used to say this. My uncle used to say this. He used to say, I could be broke and down and out, but I must still find a beep to come mess with me. My uncle says that he would say that every time he would tell me about women. He'd be like, hey, Breon, listen to your uncle. You could be broke and down and out, and you're going to still find a beep to come mess with you. Right? So it happens, like guys go through this all over the country. We just don't make $200 million to be exposed. Okay? That just is what it is. So once again, it's a situation to where Zion is going to have to learn self-control. When you have, like, when money brings you a lot of access and money brings a lot of people, right? There's man, listen, before I met my wife, if I had the money that I have now, okay, if I had the money that I have now, I would probably be acting a fool. If I had $200 million, I'll be acting a damn fool. Right? But I've learned, like God and the Holy Spirit has helped me with self-control to understand there is more to loving one woman and giving yourself to one woman. That is the goal, and that is more of a man than having multiple women. Right? That to please one woman and to understand that one woman in every form, fashion of what she is and who she is, and to give her what she needs and to pour into her as she pours into you. That is what we're all called to do. Now, some of you mamas ain't called to that, and that's cool. But that's what God has made us to do. Man and woman, woman and man. I'm going to just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? So it is, and I agree. That's a good point, Edward. That's a good point. You can tell by his lack of self-control on the outside of just his body. You can see it in his body. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is, man. But this has been fun. This has been a great show. I should do more Friday kickbacks. I like this. This is just a great vibe. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy. Who that nigga on that nag? My boy Blake. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Allcore, I haven't seen you up in here, my guy. Appreciate you for tuning in. He getting ready for the season. Getting ready for them Braves. You know how he calls it. What's up, Scotty? You know, is that who that? You know, he getting ready for them Braves. All right. Listen. Scorpios don't need no money. I'm going to say that again. Scorpios don't need no money. Okay? Our credit good wherever we go. Ha! Let me say that again for the people in the back. Scorpio, we walk in the club with 800s, okay? We walk in the club, we got the glow, like Bruce Leroy. Do you hear me? Our credit good wherever we go, okay? So the rest of y'all, I don't know about y'all, but those Scorpios, hey man, our credit score is high. You better check our dental records. Our credit score is high. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And listen, let me say this, right? And shout out to Miss Glenn. I love Miss Glenn. Miss Glenn be keeping that. Miss Glenn be keeping it 100. I respect Miss. Let me say the definition. This is my definition of a hoe, right? I don't call women who like sex hoes because I like sex, right? So it's like you can't I know it's a double standard. The only time I've ever designated a girl a hoe is she deliberately messes with the crew. If you deliberately mess with the crew, use a hoe. That's my only standard about girls being hoes. Now, do I want my daughter out there doing that? We'll do it. Nah, I don't. Right? But that's her life. If she decides to do that, I gotta respect that. I'm gonna just talk to her man to man. But my definition of a hoe, is if you deliberately mess with the crew, right? Yes, choo-choos, that counts, you know what I'm saying? Or if you mess with somebody's family, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you knew that was my family. That stuff to me is a little But other than that, live your life, baby girl. Live your life. Enjoy. All right, enjoy your life. But man, this has been fun. Once again, before I get up out of here, just a quick recap. Make sure you if your prayers get through the ceiling, okay, not hit the ceiling and come back down and talk to you. If your prayers get to God's ear, please pray for Brother Prime. Okay. I'm feeling we here at the let me get my stuff together. Let me see where my stuff at? I don't got it here no more. Oh man, I don't got my jank no more. All right. I'm about to get it was my church. It's my church banner. We at the Martin Luther King on Boulevard. Anyway, all the brothers and sisters out there. All right. The sick and shut-in list has been approved. We just ask that you pray for Brother Prime in his time with the Lord, and that he is not doing so well. Okay, that we all come together and we pray for Brother Prime, and we come together as one body and petition before the God and his heavenly throne. Right. Matter of fact, we're gonna pray right now. Bow your head. Let me get some music. Ministers, can I get some music? Can you flow me in the spirit? Let me see if I can get the spirit flowing in here. Let me see. Hold on, let me see. Okay, let me see if I can get the spirit in here moving. Let me see. Yes. I like that, choir. I like that. As we come to you, as we know how, please bow your heads. Okay, please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you right now, and we're asking you on behalf of Brother Prime, Lord, that you give him both feet, Lord, that he can get up and walk out of the surgery, God. We prayed right now, Lord, that you come in the midst, and you said when the enemy comes through like a flood, you would raise a standard. And we're asking you, God, right now that you raise a standard for Brother Prime, that you give Brother Prime the feet to keep moving forward. You give Brother Prime the feet to stand on, God. You made the blind to see, made the lame to walk, Lord. You told Lazarus that he needed to wake up, God. And I'm asking you right now, we here at the Off Script Media Group, Lord, and everybody in the chat is asking you, God, that you come through in a mighty way, like a rushing wind, and you come to Brother Prime's aid, and you tell him, and while you are the chief physician, Lord, the doctor might have said one thing, but until you give the final say so, God, he is not out. He is not in the darkness. You said, yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we shall fear no evil, because your staff will comfort us, God. Your staff would guide us, Lord. And we come to you right now, low head, bent knee, God, and asking you to do the miracles of what you do. We don't understand. Your thoughts are not our thoughts, and your ways are not our ways, but we are asking and petitioning you, Brother Prime, right now, God. And we know that even if you do it or you don't do it, God, you're still God. That you're still God. Hallelujah. Yeah, that you're still the one sitting on the throne. And we come to you now in Jesus' name. Amen, amen, amen. And I pray that touched your spirit. Okay, and I pray that touched your spirit. Hallelujah. And I hope that you see and pray out for Brother Prime, and that we all touch and agree upon his feet. In this Heavenly Father. All right. So, another recap. All right, your boy got invited to the HBCU showcase. Your boy got invited to the HBCU showcase, right? And then last but not least, hey, I'm going back to Cali. Hey, I'm going back to Cali. All right. So we are going back to the SEC Media Day. Hopefully, we can make that happen and things like that. But those are just some announcements for the Off Script Media Group, man. And we appreciate you all. Listen, I'm telling you, if my wife come down here and pray, boy, that girl will shut this joker down. You already know, King. We have to get back to those prayer Sundays. Prayer Sundays. We gotta get back to that. But all right, guys, listen, I appreciate your time. Until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm a holler. God bless.